Hey everyone, it's Alessandro here from LazyGamer.net. The graphics card space has been particularly interesting lately. We've seen the top-end enthusiast cards from Nvidia, the GTX 1080 and the GTX 1070, followed quickly by AMD's own mid-range Polaris card, the RX 480. The RX 480 is the real people's card. It's got massive bang for buck, it comes in at around the same performance of the 970, and it only costs $200, or around $5,000 here in South Africa. It kind of forced Nvidia's hand. They are set to release their third Pascal card on July 19th, the GTX 1060, and retailing for around $250. It is going to be a huge competitor to AMD's own RX 480. The reviews for the card are only due out on July 19th, but today we're going to quickly unbox the GTX 1060 sent over by Nvidia, the Founders Edition. Just a quick overview of the card and just what people can expect from the card before reviews drop later this month.
Alright, so here we have the GeForce GTX 1060. This is the Founders Edition. It was sent over by Nvidia. Big thanks to them again. And this is the first time I'm going to be unboxing a Founders Edition. I've received a few, but they've never come in the actual box. So I'm quite excited, let's say that. So the first thing to note is that the box itself is quite sleek. It really has no frills about it. It's got no manuals or real packaging. I removed the anti-static cover off the card before I shot this, of course. But there you have it, the GTX 1060, inspired by gamers and built by Nvidia. So we just slot that out the box real quick. There's really nothing else inside there. And there you have it, the third Pascal card in just over a few, 2 months or so, which is really uncharacteristic for Nvidia. Usually they wait a few months to release their mid-range cards, but I think they've been pushed into a corner by AMD and the likes of the RX 480, so that's why they're pushing out their mid-range Pascal card really early. And by the looks of it, really good. Just looking at the design itself, a few distinct differences from the designs of the 1070 and the 1080. The first being this heat shroud window. It isn't transparent, it's completely opaque, so you can't see through into the heatsink there, but it retains the same metal angular design. It's really nice, the same NVTTM kind of vapor chamber design. It doesn't feature the same vapor chamber as the 1080, obviously. The 1070 already didn't feature that, and that's just down to cost cutting because this is a $299 card for the Founders Edition. It's $250 for your Asus MSI Gigabyte ones, but this Founders Edition is exclusive to the Nvidia store in Europe and the UK. It's unlikely we'll see one in South Africa for sale. Just on the top here, we've got a 6-pin power port there, and looking at the back, you've got a single HDMI port, 3 display ports, and a DVI port. And because this is similar to the vapor chamber design, your card is going to be sucking in air through here, exhausting it out the back, which keeps it really quiet. It doesn't do the best job at cooling all the time, but the card, just from reference of the 1080, it is insanely quiet under load. So yeah, there's a nice weight to it. The only thing I don't really like, although I understand why, there's no backplate. That's for some reason reserved to higher premium cards. I think it should be standard on most. I'm not entirely sure why it isn't nowadays. But anyway, that's your 1060. And just for reference, I've got here my Founders Edition 1080. Immediately you can see there's quite a big size difference. That's because the GTX 1060 comes on a GP106 chip board, and the GTX 1080 comes on a GP104 board. So the board for the 1060 is actually completely different from the 1080. And it shows that Nvidia didn't just clock down a 1080 and remove some memory and some features to create the 1060. It's completely engineered from the ground up. It still features very similar clock speeds to the 1070. It's got 6 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory, not the GDDR5X memory from the 1080. And that's across a 192-bit bus. And yeah, that's the internals. We've been told by Nvidia that the card can overclock to a good 2 gigahertz. We've also been told by them that the performance should be around or just above the likes of the GTX 980, which would really hurt Nvidia's RX 480 if true. But that's what testing is for, and we're going to be putting this card through its paces over the next few weeks. or the next few days actually, because the review embargo is on July 19th, just when the card goes on sale. So that's really all you need to know about this card right now. It looks stunning. It's a bit heavy. It's not too big, so you don't need to worry about it fitting in your case. But again, just wish there was, a backplate. But yeah, really impressed with the design.
So there you have it, the GTX 1060. We're going to be putting this card through its paces over the next few days, and you can expect our review on July 19th, along with most of the internet. Just from the outside, really good looking card. I really like the styling of the Founders Edition. It does come at a premium though, of course. This card in particular will be retailing for $299, exclusive at the Nvidia store again. But in terms of third-party manufacturers like Asus and the like, you can expect the card to slot in around $250 or more regional pricing for South Africa, around 4,699 Rand. So that's it at a glance. Hope you enjoyed the video, and look out for our review in the coming days. Like and subscribe down below, and keep it locked on lazygamer.net.